I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome to the Farmington Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. First, I'd like to introduce our Zoning Board of Appeals members. To my left is Tom Lay and Kelly Cochran, Tom York. All right, is Ralph Pacino and Matt DeMarco. And then introduce our staff, Ron Brand, Director of Development, Code Enforcement Officer Dan DePriore, our Zoning Officer Paula Ruthven, and our most valuable person, Carol Marvel, our Clerk of the Board. We have two emergency exits, one that you walked in and one to your right. I don't anticipate needing them, but just in case, that's where they are. This meeting will be conducted according to the rules of procedure of the Zoning Board of Appeals adopted on January 27th, 2025. Next, I'd like to have a motion to accept the previous meeting minutes.
I'll motion to accept the previous minutes.
By Kelly, second.
I'll second.
By Ralph, all in favor? Aye.
You actually have 2 months worth of meeting minutes. We
What's
didn't
that?
There was an
approve 2 months.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So that would be June's meeting.
I will make a motion to accept the June minutes.
Motion. Motion by Kelly, second by
I will second.
Ralph, all in favor? All right, those meeting minutes are approved. Okay. There were legal notices for tonight's agendas that were published in the Daily Messenger on August 19th, 2025. They're also listed on our website and available over there on the table. Everyone has them and see what our agenda is. Now with that, this morning we received an email about ZB 0705. Now read that email. On behalf of the applicant, TNM.
You haven't opened that public hearing yet. Hold that till the public
Okay,
hearing.
so that's when we do that. Okay. All right then. So we'll open the public hearing portion of our meeting. And the first on the agenda is the continuation public hearing, ZB 2025-0602, Adrian Bellis, 5540 Holt Road, Farmington, New York, 14425. Requesting an area variance for tax map account 9.03-1-6.400 to allow relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165, section 58-B. Accessory structures shall have a minimum height of 15 feet as measured from existing grade to the peak of the roof of the accessory structure. The applicant is requesting an accessory structure with a maximum height of 25 feet as measured from existing grade to the peak of the roof of the accessory structure. Property is zoned A-80 agricultural. So who is here to speak on behalf? Please say your name and address for the record.
Adrian Bellis, 5540 Holtz Road. I don't have anything to add to it today because it's continued right now.
Okay. Staff comments?
You have a draft resolution before you to continue this until seeker has been satisfied. You cannot act. And the county has reviewed this application.
Okay. Else from anybody else? Paula?
I have nothing additional.
Oh, Dan's good. Okay. Public comments from anyone in the room or hearing none? We have can I have a motion to continue this? the next meeting?
I will make a motion to continue this application to our next meeting.
Just continue it. Sorry.
I will make a motion to continue this
Continue deliberation.
operation.
I'll second.
That, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. It's continued. Okay, so. Good?
Yep.
Okay. So I'd like to open the public hearings for the first two. Mine, I'd like to block these two together. ZB 202570-1 and ZB 2025-0702, because they pertain to the same property, basically the same, sort of the same variance. So
Not opposed to blocking them.
can I have a
together.
motion to block it?
Motion to block.
Ralph, second.
I'll second.
By Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
So those two together, ZB 0701, Bridges for Brains Inquiry, 1111, County Road 8, Farmington, New York, 14425, requesting an area variance for a tax map account 30.00-1-61.100 to allow relief from the Town Code requirement, Chapter 165, Article 5, Section 55, that the keeping of animals shall not be closer than 200 feet to all sides or rear lot lines as a type 2 action. The applicant is proposing a side setback of, 36 feet. Property is zoned R-1-15. And then 70702, again, Bridges for Brain Inquiry, 1111, County Road 8, Farmington, New York, 14425, requesting an area variance for the tax map account 30.00-1-61.100 to allow relief from the Town Code requirement, Chapter 165, Article 5, Section 55, that the storage of any farm animal waste or other odor or dust-producing materials shall not be closer than 200 feet to any lot lines as a type 2 action. The applicant is proposing a side yard setback of 50 feet and a rear setback of 95 feet. Property is zoned R-1-15. Who is going to speak on their behalf? Please state your name. Address.
Absolutely. Good evening. My name is Jake Calabrese. I am with Marathon Engineering. We're the engineers on the project, and I'm joined virtually with Laura Donaldson. She is the CEO of Bridges for Brain Injury. Our project is on 1111 County Road 8, just like you said. And to give a slight, I'm going to give just a very quick background of what Bridges for Brain Injury is, and I don't really think there's a better way to explain it than her mission statement, or mission statement that she has on the website. And it reads, our mission is to guide individuals with traumatic brain injuries and physical disabilities and their families by bridging the gap between surviving and living lives of independence with hope and dignity. And this project is going to entail all of that and more, in my opinion. It's going to really assist a lot of these individuals that have had traumatic brain injuries either from early stages in life or later in life. And they will be assisting in helping care for the animals that are on site, both farm and exotic animals, and some gardening projects and just some very, very nice projects for the lot. So I will go to how the layout of the lot is. As you can see, we're keeping the, I'm sorry, I'm going to be pointing here, but I'll try to explain it the best I can. We're keeping the existing driveway entrance, so that will remain the same on the property. It's going to come in by those beautiful trees. If you've gone by the site, it's going to kind of funnel in through those beautiful trees. And then the first building you see to the south, that is going to be the day programming building. That building is going to be for day programming, as in help with either crafts or inside things, to bring these individuals together to really help teach them about the exotic animal, about wildlife. If you continue down the driveway to the, I guess it'd be the northeast of the property, that is going to be the Wildlife Education Center. And that is going to entail their exotic animals. They'll have some exotic animals exhibit. You can kind of see on the front edge as you walk into the building, as well as there'll be exotic animals on the exterior of the building. As you can see, there's a nice, large, beautiful pond feature in the center that we'll kind of be utilizing in bringing these two buildings together with some hardscape in between them, complements all three buildings. So it'll keep the site moving very nice and safe for all families, for all patients, and not the entire site. So we get into our variances that we are requesting. Our first one is the 36-foot setback off what would be the north property line. We had put it in at 49 feet for the existing building, which you can see all the way. It's going to be the first building as you enter the driveway to the north. Those were a prior, just large CMU building used as the for the horse farm that was there previously. We are going to be putting just some farm animals, so anything outside of that exotic wildlife center will be considered a regulation farm animals, goats, sheep, cows, nothing exotic. Everything within the limits of the Wildlife Education Center, those will be the exotic animals, and surrounded by an 8-foot fence per the DEC's regulations. So our first variance, I believe, because it was 36 feet now, it's going to be off the Wildlife Education Center, just as a more of a be safe. We were under the assumption that that was going to be within the special use permit that Bridges for Brain Injury already has at their existing site now. And now they have one for this site. And then the secondary variance is going to be for the storage of the animal waste, and that would be for the farm animal waste again, not the exotic animals, just farm animal waste. And we don't have a perfect spot yet for it, but we know it's generally, we would like to put it into the northeast of the site in that kind of blank area. It's nice, surrounded by existing tree lines. It's unfortunately, as you can see, the pond is where you want to put it, but you can't put it in the pond. And we're trying to limit any waste in the front of the plot, just because as you come in, you want to come in, you're going to see beautiful sheep and cows grazing as you will enter the site. So we're trying to utilize the existing natural tree line in that back half of the property to put the waste. So it'll be 50 feet off the north property line. And then, as you said, 90 feet off what would be the rear, so the east property line. And with that, if you have any questions on the variances or Bridges for brain injury on animals, Laura and I would be happy to answer those.
Staff comments?
Yeah, these two applications are related. They are going through a coordinated review with the planning board as the lead agency. The seeker classification has to be satisfied with this temporary use permit for the project. And then it'll come back to you for consideration on the variances that you heard here tonight. So these two resolutions are continuing with specific dates to allow those determinations by the planning board to be made and secret to be complied with so that you can act.
We'll be attending the September 3rd, I believe, planning board. I believe that's where we're gonna get seeker determination and then roll into preliminary.
Okay. Any other comments? Paula,
I have nothing additional.
Dan? Public comments in the room or online? Sure, just state your name if you would.
Repeating the existing barn there now,
So
or is that gonna be torn down?
we will be leaving these two CMU barns. Barns, garage, it's kind of, there's not a perfect word for it, but it's CMU. We're gonna be leaving the single family residence that's down here. And we are, unfortunately, we were getting rid of that barn just because of, as we started the project, we looked structurally and it's. The outside, the siding looks very nice, but structurally inside it wouldn't unfortunately support what we're.
I missed the planning board meeting, and maybe that's where I need to ask questions. Where are they putting parking lots?
The parking lots are gonna be adjacent to so the wildlife parking lot will be adjacent right there. And then the day program, it will be adjacent, the parking lot will be adjacent just to the north.
So they're not between the road and the buildings, they're
No.
between the buildings and.
So there's two pastures and then two CMU buildings. From that point to the left, there is not going to be any major changes. I think we're proposing a chick coop, I think, between there, and that's still everything, and that was kind of during the design process, which we really loved how the entrance of the entire site was. We loved those trees.
Well, because, like I said, I live on that road, not very far, and I
Yeah.
don't wanna drive by and look like it's in the middle of a commercial.
No,
thing in the
nope.
middle of a very-
Absolutely not. And actually, if you scroll a couple down, I think we have some renderings of the buildings now. It's not.
No, I found.
Okay, yeah. So no, I don't really think you're going, and that's kind of the goal is we want to put, and Laura, I think you can attest to this. We want to put our roots down in Farmington, but we're not trying to advertise in the sense of right out the road.
What are they doing about, there's no sewer on there, road. What is going there?
Correct. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but we are putting in a wastewater treatment facility. It's very small. It's very similar to what a large scale wastewater treatment plant is, but just extremely small. We're unfortunately gonna have to go through the DEC, get our speedies permits, so that's all gonna be regulated by the DEC, but that's a.
And how much is that, with the water and sewer department, how much is that?
DEC.
Yeah, New York State, well, they actually, it's every, I believe it's yearly check-ins, we will get tested on what our outflow is. They come, they test on what our facilities are going to be putting out back, and it has to be tested, and we'll make sure it checks the box.
And I don't understand the outflow, where is the outflow
If you
going?
don't mind me, Jake, you were correct, and a lot of these are planning board questions. Just go keep them,
Okay,
by all
Yeah,
means.
we'll be there on September 3rd, and
okay.
we'll absolutely answer any questions you have.
The other question I have is, I looked for this property on the tax roll. And the tax map account number is not on the tax roll or the assessment roll.
Okay, that question I have to defer to the town for, I wouldn't know,
It should be. I don't,
right? Well, it's on the record that you asked the question.
Numerical order.
and I don't know if you'll find it in numerical order, but
Well, everybody else's, the assessments are all, the tax map numbers are all in numerical order. And this one is not in there.
You could reach out to the assessor and ask that question.
you can do a search, a PDF search, like do Control F on the tax roll to see if you can find it.
What is it?
Like
Okay.
Control F to do a search,
Okay,
but.
because I printed out the
ultimately,
pages where it should have been in there and it's not.
Right.
So I didn't know if the tax number was correct or.
Okay, well, we'll look into it.
Mr. Chairman, just a reminder, everybody should sign in if they haven't before they leave, please sign in.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I did forget to mention that, so do that as you leave, if you didn't, as you came in. Any questions from online? Hearing none. Board members, Questions?
No, but I've seen you, I think you do some display at Eastview Mall.
I would have to defer to Laura on that
But it
one.
was, you know, if you want to see what they do, they're regularly at Eastview Mall and you can meet the volunteers at the mall.
Okay. Anything else from the board?
Good.
No? All right, so we have the two resolutions to continue this public hearing. And they're locked. Can I get a motion to accept the continuation resolution that's presented to us by the town?
I move to accept the continuing resolutions.
By Matt,
Second.
by Kelly. Roll call vote.
Kelly? Aye. Brown? White?
Aye.
Ralph?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Chairman York?
Aye, so the resolution is continued.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up is ZB 2025-0703, Alan Benedict, 89 Bowerman Road, Farmington, New York, 14425. Requesting an area variance for tax map count 1.15-1-69-100 to allow relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165, schedule 1. Minimum side setback is 15 feet. The applicant is proposing a setback of 8 feet for a garage addition, 12 feet by 22 feet. Property is zoned RS-25. Who is here to speak? State your name and address, please.
No. Al Benedict, 89 Barman Road. Here because I'm proposing a garage addition to my existing garage. Would also be a garage for purpose of storing personal items. 12 feet wide towards the north and then 22 feet deep. It would end up at 8 feet from the property line. This is, that property line is bordered by two flag lots. And on the far side of those two flag lots is a row of pine trees, and closest house is about 80 feet away. Situation is self-created in that I'm proposing a garage addition. However, I would say that you see from the instrument survey, the previous owner had the house turned off at an angle to the drive to the lot lines, as well as had it skewed to one side of the lot, therefore limiting how much area I have on the north side. I thought about some other alternatives. One would be at the end of my loop in front of the house, but that would also require variance, as well as taking down probably 2 large pine trees. Also considered putting it where I have a basketball hoop, which is straight out from the existing garage. Also needs a variance. I thought about extending the garage back 12 feet and then doing the 22 feet wide. But that would also get into the side setback variance. Last alternative was putting a structure in the backyard. It would be clear view from the two flag lots. And access to it would be rather difficult. You have to go around one side. There's landscaping and various trees. And planning on storing like snowblower, motorcycle, and that's kind of hard to get across a grassy area or it's the snow. Or I could possibly go out from there to the double driveway, assuming that my neighbors would be acceptable to that, but I don't particularly want to go down that road. I believe one of my neighbors did immediate one, Mr. Boyle said he was okay with it. I don't know if he followed, then he said he was going to. Provide some pictures showing where I want to place the garage, as well as some views as you enter the double driveway. That's all I have. Do you have any questions?
That's all you've got. I'm going for the staff for comments.
Good evening, Al. Good to see you again.
Right.
I drafted a resolution to approve with conditions. making findings that there is no adverse major impact on the neighborhood or the community character. And recommend when it gets to that time, you can close the public hearing on this and move to your deliberations as you rules or procedures say you'll follow. That's all.
Okay,
I have nothing additional.
Dan?
The applicant did explain the multiple avenues he did look at for trying. Obviously, that's always a concern of us trying to work this out before coming to your board. So I won't obviously go over those options again, but I do want the board to be recognized that those conditions were all looked at to try to do this within code. And I think it was well explained to you guys why we're here tonight for this one.
Okay. Public comments. Room or online? Hearing none. Well, board members' comments.
Good.
Mm. All right, we'll close the public.
Hey,
You're welcome. Okay, next up, ZB 2025-0704, Adrian Bellis, 5540 Holt Road, Farmington, New York, 14425. Requesting an area variance for the tax map account 9.03-1-6.400 to allow relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165, section 10, to construct an accessory structure containing a total of 4,230 square feet in area. The town code defines an accessory structures shall be subordinate in area, extent or purpose to the principal building or principal use served, contributes to the comfort, convenience, and necessity of occupants of the principal building or principal use. The property is zoned A-80 agricultural. So the floor is yours. State your name and address for.
It's 5540 Holtz Road.
Yep.
This is just part of the other application for my height. I'm just trying to build a pole barn to keep all my stuff in it. I'm trying to just do one barn and just do it once instead of doing multiple barns and adding on, so.
Okay.
And obviously will be continued because of planning board and seeker stuff going on.
Staff comments?
Yeah, we enacted a resolution to continue this to allow seeker compliance, as Adrian said. That's all that we have.
Okay. Paul and Dan?
Almost that.
Yep. Comments from the room or online? Okay, hearing none. Board members' comments? None. Can I have a motion for the resolution to continue the public hearing as presented by the town?
A motion
Moved by Ralph, second by
Second.
Tom. Favor?
Aye.
Continue. Okay, so next one that is up. ZB 2025-0705. TM Properties of West New York LLC, Village of Construction. 1 Kaplan Street, Union Street, Unit 3C, Rochester, New York, 147. Requesting an area variance for relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165, article 4, section 34. The sidewalks are to be provided at the subject site fronting along state and town highways within the map. MTOD, Major Thoroughfare Overlay District, that connect to or contribute to completion of the pedestrian network in the area. Property is located at Loomis Road and is zoned GI General Industrial, Major Thoroughfare Overlay District. Morning, we received an email. I'll read that email about this. On behalf of the applicant, T&M Properties of Western New York and the property owner, Loomis Park LLC, we request to withdraw our application from for an area variance. Please remove us from tonight's agenda and contact our office if you have any questions. Thanks. So they withdrew their application.
And that email was from whom?
This email was from Link Swedrock. Right? Swedrock.
And where does he work?
Yeah, me.
Associates in Fairport. Okay.
So that was withdrawn. So next would be ZB 2025-0706. Ryan Berner, 1796 Opal Drive, Farmington, New York, 14425, requesting an area variance for tax map account 17.00-1-67.700 to allow relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165-58A. All accessory structures in any zoning district shall be located in the rear yard portion of a lot having a principal structure and shall have a minimum rear setback of 5 feet. The applicant is proposing a 10-foot by 12-foot shed. Property is zoned RS-25 residential suburban. Here to speak on behalf of the applicant, could you state your name and address?
Ryan Berner, 1796 Opal Drive. I'm on a corner lot right on Spartan and Opal. There's not really a good place to put it. The rear plane of my house, because I've got a pool back there with a fence by code for the pool, and everything off the pool is sloped. The flattest part is to the east side of the property against the garage. It's a 10 by 12-foot shed. I'm gonna put it on 6 inches of CR2 for drainage purposes. I'm gonna paint it the same color as the house. Doors are gonna open towards the east. And it's really just for storage of mowers and, you know, snow blowers and things of that nature. We're gonna keep it as close to the color of the house as possible because my wife would kill me if we didn't. That's about it. I guess that's all I've got. We're gonna keep it even with the back side of the house. It'll also provide us a little bit more privacy for our hot tub back there. Which is what we were looking for instead of putting up a giant white panel that blows away in the windstorms we've been having. So it kind of 2 birds with 1 stone for us.
Okay. All right. Staff comments?
Yeah, I'd like to correct the zoning district. It's IZ incentive zoning. This is the Auburn Meadows incentive zoning district. We've drafted a resolution with conditions. I assume the applicant has had a chance to see those, and you might want to see if there's any concerns with any of those.
I have no concerns with that. We saw that and fully accepted that. We're gonna pretty much put 4 arborvitaes in front of it for the evergreen structures. Which again, is something we've been looking to do anyway, so it kind of helps move it along. The other thing I would like to say is that further along in the paperwork, I think in that resolution, it says 10 by 20 foot shed.
Yeah.
And it's only a 10 by 12 foot. So I just want to make sure that you guys know I'm not putting a gigantic shed in the property.
No problem. Any others? Paula, Dan?
I am all set.
As this board's recognized before, corner lots are very challenging in this town. Again, staff is recommending, as the applicant has already acknowledged, landscaping to help decrease that with any variance that we allow on a corner lot.
This one, you can close the public hearing and then do your deliberations.
Any comments from the room or online?
No, he really doesn't have any room there. I live in Auburn Meadows.
So yes.
So Yeah, you don't have room in the back there. We don't have an option.
Yeah, no, it's about the only option. The only option I have is to move it closer to the front of the property or move it all the way back.
I close the public hearings. Move on to deliberations and decisions. So the first one was continued, so the first one we have is ZB 2025-0703, 89 Bowerman Road. We have accept the seeker.
Yep. I'll make a motion to waive the reading of the seeker resolution and approve the resolution as submitted by the town staff.
Matt? All in favor?
Aye.
Draft resolution. So you've seen the resolution? Yes. Sir. Okay. Can I have a motion to waive the reading of resolution accepted as the town's? I'm sorry.
It's good that he's seen the resolution. We need to know if he has any questions or objections to it.
No objections.
So a motion for that.
Make a motion to waive the reading of the complete findings and the decision resolution and just read the determinations and conditions.
I'll second.
Second by Tom, motion by Cal. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. The zoning board of appeals, after reviewing the above 5 proofs, makes the following decision: that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh any known detriment to the community or neighborhood, and therefore the requested area variance is granted with the following conditions. 1, the exterior of the proposed addition to the principal structure is to match, to the extent practical, the exterior treatment and color of the existing principal structure. 2, the proposed addition shall be maintained by the property owner at all times. Any light fixtures to be installed as part of the proposed building addition shall comply with the town's dark sky lighting regulations contained in Chapter 165 of the Town Code. And the building permit shall be obtained by the applicant prior to the start of construction. Okay, can I have a roll call vote?
Aye.
Tom Lane,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye. All right, you have your variance. Thank you. Okay. Next up is ZB 2025-0706. I have a motion to waive the reading of the seeker and accept it as presented to us by the town staff.
I will motion to waive the reading of the complete findings and decision resolution.
By Ralph, second.
Second.
By Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, can I get a motion to waive the reading, complete reading of the findings and decisions? And just read the appeals determination.
I'll move to waive the reading of complete findings of this resolution and read the determination.
So roll that, you will see this.
Me?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes.
And I have no questions or comments. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
All right, so motion by Matt, second by
I'll second.
Tom, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Zoning Board of Appeals, after reviewing the above 5 proofs, makes the following decisions: that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh any known detriment to the community or neighborhood, and therefore requested area variance is granted with the following conditions. The exterior of the proposed accessory structure, the storage shed, is to match, to the extent practical, the exterior treatment and color of the existing principal structure. 2, the proposed accessory structure shall be maintained by the property owner at all times. 3, the applicant shall install, prior to the issuance of a certificate of compliance, a landscape buffer along the entire east side of the proposed accessory structure to be comprised of evergreen plantings of at least 4 feet in height. Landscape design is to be approved by the town code officer and the design made part of the building permit application. Said landscaping is to be maintained by the property owner. Any light fixtures to be installed as part of the proposed accessory structure shall comply with the town's dark sky lighting regulations contained in Chapter 165 of the Town Code. 5, the applicant has been informed that only one accessory structure is allowed per residential lot. 6, a building permit shall be obtained by the applicant prior to the start of construction. Okay, roll call vote.
Howard. Aye.
Aye.
Rose.
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Jeremy.
Aye. You have your variance.
Thank you.
Well. Okay. Next up, our legal matters. Any public comments or comments from anybody? Online or in the room? Hearing none, Director of Development update.
Yeah, out in the foyer, you'll see a display of a proposed project over on 332 and south of County Road 41. That is known as the Farmington Meadows project by Cook Properties. That is coming back to the town board after planning board review and PRC review tomorrow night, or discussions about continuation and what their town board is looking for. In addition to that, there's 4 public hearings tomorrow night. There are local laws, some of them pertaining to minor amendments to certain chapters of the town code on animals, dealing with penalties and violations. The other ones are dealing with backyard burials and burial grounds, regulating those. The other ones are dealing with the new water rules and regulations that have been worked on by town engineers, town staff, water and sewer superintendent, and the town attorney. We think we're in a good place with those rules and regulations. And then finally, the highway superintendent wants to temporarily place weight restrictions on certain town roads, primarily in the eastern portion of the town. And those are the action items of the town board tomorrow night. That's all I have.
I guess I would just, moving on, do you feel like you want to continue with OneDrive along with our new software, or do you feel comfortable?
Systems.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good with,
I work, it's good.
yeah, that's my opinion.
I've been going along with a meeting on my phone, even their mobile app is beautiful here, so.
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
It's getting easier.
Okay, and then we do have one application for next meeting on September 29th. Along with our continuation.
Is it the 29th or the 22nd?
Background.
22nd.
Is the 22nd?
The 4th Monday of the month.
You're right.
It's
22nd.
5 in September.
Sorry about that. 22nd.
Okay.
Thanks.
Code enforcement.
Again, I want to thank the board for coming in early today for your workshop as we try to move forward with our new software. It's very promising to hear your comments just a minute ago, to hear that you're all ready to take that step. So I thank you for that. Also a reminder that we do have a position open still in the department, and that will also, one of that job responsibilities, besides for working the day-to-day operations, would be relieving Carol from, your clerk position. Even though she does a wonderful. Yeah, well, that's fine.
Used to it.
You gotta see the environmental impact on this, you know what I mean?
We'll bring you ice cream.
So, so we are actually looking, right now, it's posted on the county's website. Because it is a full-time position that we're going to divvy up some of these, clerk of the board's responsibility with that full-time position. Also, hopefully that position will give, additional support to Ron, who spends a tremendous amount of time preparing draft resolutions for every single board, so. And trying to keep it all organized, which is a task in itself.
I gotta say, it's very impressive of what you do and how you do maintain them. Coming from me sitting in the seat.
Thank you. I may be having an optical conclusion here, but Matt doesn't have a nameplate yet.
Yeah. Still in the initiation?
I could just write it out, sorry.
So,
Well, we're with the town board tomorrow, so we'll get that corrected.
Yes, we apologize, Matt. I was promised you would have one.
okay, so we do have a
It's
meeting.
hard to etch, you know.
We have a meeting for September 22nd, 2025. That's on the record. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Ellen, second.
second.
It's all right. Second by Rob. All in favor? Aye. Aye.